Forensics FTK Imager Lite video, tutorial video. We're going to talk today about if you receive some evidence from us in an image file format and how you can view that image and browse the contents. So when you receive a drive from us, it's likely going to have several folders at the root. These two are going to be the two that we're going to focus on today, evidence and the Imager Lite folder. Within the evidence folder, you'll see at least one, if not many, folders within it. These are the evidence item numbers. If there's not a README file here to describe to you which evidence item numbers correspond with which specific items of evidence, go ahead and shoot us an email and ask us about that, and we'll help you determine what's what. But within that, you'll see the EO1 file that is associated with that image. It could have several image files in here as well, the EO1 and then E02, 3, 4. We're going to focus mainly on this E01 file. It sometimes splits it if it's large. And then within this Imager Lite folder, there's a whole bunch of DLLs and stuff. This is to help run the program. All you need here is FTK Imager. So if we double click on that, it's going to open up FTK Imager. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add an evidence item. So we're going to use this add evidence item button right here. We're going to choose image file because that's what we're focusing on right now. We're going to browse. We're going to go straight to our evidence. So if we go evidence, we're going to select that E01 folder or file. Okay. Again, if there's multiple files in here, choose the E01 file. Okay, and finish. Now we can see that file right there. If we open up the tree, it's just like as if we have opened it up in our Windows Explorer and we're able to start going through the folders. If we open up, so let's see, let's go into these documents here. Okay. So we can see there's a whole bunch of files in here. You know, we got some Excel spreadsheets, some Word documents. If we click on these, though, you just see a whole bunch of, looks like gibberish. Okay, this is called hex. The only thing that will show up in here within the file viewer are pictures and PDFs, because PDFs are technically pictures. So if we click on the picture, we see the picture. If you want to see these files, you can export these files. So if we hit right click, export files, let's just dump it right on the desktop. Okay, you'll see exported successfully, and you see it up here. Now we can open up this file and take a look at its contents. We can do so while still maintaining a copy within the file or within the image that has no changes. It has the preserved metadata, the hash won't change, all of that, and here we go, we can see the image file, or the document file just fine. If, say, you wanted to search through all the contents of this My Documents folder, we can come over here into the tree, right-click My Documents, and say Export Files. Again, let's put that right here on our desktop. And now we have the My Documents folder. And now we can start going through each of these files. Okay. Another way to be able to easily go through this image file is to do what's called mounting the image. What mounting the image does is it creates a virtual drive, so it tricks your computer into thinking that this image file is actually a thumb drive and you just plugged it in, essentially. Okay, so we're going to come over here to these two little cylinders, image mounting. And we're going to choose this E01. Okay, so we're in the evidence. Go into the evidence folder. Again, choose the E01 file, not all the E02, 3, 4, and so on. The E01 file, select. Okay. We're going to leave physical and logical. We're just going to leave that alone. We're going to go to the next available drive letter M. And then this right here, mount method. We can block the device and make it read-only, or we can choose, you know what, let's make this writable. and we can trick the computer into saying, you know what, this isn't just a write blocked image, this is an actual thumb drive, we're going to make changes. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go read only. Okay, so let's go mount. Now we see that it's been mounted as drive letter M. So let's go in here, let's go, look at that, we have drive letter M, and we can start going through just like normal. Documents and settings, here's Frodo, the My Documents, and looks just the same, huh? Here's that mybuddies.doc, just like we had before. And we can open these up, we can view them, no problem. Okay. And there it is. But we chose block device read only, right? So if we come back here, we're within the Frodo Baggins folder. Let's go new text document. Nope, it's not going to let us. The reason it's not going to let us is because it is write blocked. It's not going to let you make any changes at all. It's a safe way to be able to browse through. Okay, let's go ahead and unmount. To unmount, we're going to just one at a time click unmount and unmount. Okay. Now let's go ahead and choose the other option. Okay, let's go writable. Now your question here is, oh my gosh, am I going to make changes to this image file and corrupt my image? It gets rid of all the preservation. No. We're going to trick it and make it think that it's making changes, but it's really not. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and mount. It's drive letter M again. Let's go to M. Same place. Frodo Baggins, My Documents. Let's try and make a change, and it's going to let us. Right? And here we are. We can make changes. Okay. Let's do File, Save. Okay. We see there's this test.txt. Okay. Let's close this. Let's close this for now. And just to be safe, let's go ahead and remove this. So we're going to remove all evidence items. Let's open that image file again, and let's see if that test file is there. So let's go Finish. Okay, so we've added that image file. Let's go ahead and look in here. The Precious, Root, Documents and Settings, Frodo Baggins, My Documents. And that test.txt is not there. It has tricked it into thinking it's there. And what we're going to see actually is it has created a cache file. So you see right here, access data cache file. That's where it's writing those changes that you make to this cache file. So you can keep track of those changes, but they're not actually being made. It's just tricking it into thinking that they're being made. Okay? So no problems there. Let's go back into image mounting. Remember, it's going to stay mounted until you unmount it. So let's go ahead and unmount this. Okay. And we're going to do one more thing. Okay. Say that you have gone through this and you want a list of all the files that are in this image. Okay. So if we right click on this image, we can do export directory listings. Now this is a fairly small, I've already done it once, we're going to do it again just to show you. We're going to name it files this time. Okay, it's going to go relatively quickly. Okay, that's because this is a test file, there's not very much data in here, it went really quick. Okay, normally it's going to take quite a while, but let's go in here to evidence, and now we have the files. If we open that up, it's going to open up in Excel or whatever your CSV file viewer is. Okay, we're going to go through a couple columns here. First one, file name. This is the name of that actual file. So let's go down here to what was that file called again? Let's do Documents and Settings, Frodo Baggins, My Documents, and it was called My Buddies. Okay, so let's do a Control F. Let's look for My Buddies. There it is, mybuddies.doc. Okay, so we're going to look at a couple aspects of this. The next column is the path. You can see it's in the first partition, in this volume name, as well as documents and settings. You can see where it is. That next column, that's how many bytes the file is. It's the size. Okay. Then you have 3 more columns. You have the created date, the modified date, the access date, and then whether or not that file is deleted. Okay. This is not a surefire whether or not you're going to have all of the deleted files. Just because it says yes in here doesn't mean that you have every deleted file. It just means you have some that was able to be automatically recovered easily. Okay, so let's go ahead and sort. Let's sort this column A to Z. Let's expand the selection. Okay, so now let's go down all the way to the bottom. So it was able to only get back, 7 files. We know that there are going to be more than just 7 deleted files in this image, and so that's where you could use us in our forensic services to be able to carve for deleted files and give you a report on additional deleted files. And that's that. FTK Imager Lite, easy way to be able to go through an image, kind of get a preview, a browsing of it, and see what's in it. Go through it on your own, do some searching, and so forth. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give us a call at 801-980-1018. Visit us at decipherforensics.com or shoot us an email in the contact form